Palli, Pálmi og ég skrifa bara, eða ekki Matti? Jú. Og fjandi 8, Karan Óskar og Þossi skrifa. Og aftur fyrir ykkur að skrifa vel og fallega. Ég líka. Hann vil skrifa einstaklega. Hæ, ég lofa því annað góð. Það er bara drop it back. Hvað er það að gera?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome. Iceland. Right, so we don't want to take you through today's action. On Beresford as well. You may have heard Tom yesterday. He was commentating on the wonderful tournament we had, which this man with the moustache, Vitor Charua, Victor. Was Victor. Short of drama. Listen, come true and check out a 164. Sorry. Egg. Constant again, 12 egg. Quite fun. Today's event is IPS stands for something like Iceland. It's the Icelandic Darts ranking system. And this is gorgeous. Alex Johansson. Not Alex Johansson, sorry. Alex Manilpis, which is Peter's son. Brilliant job yesterday and is hoping that he can keep up the good form. I've got the Icelandic darts rankings in front of me. And Vitor, surprisingly, Fable, top of the lot. Hallie, Jorge. Outside, you can see, but I am very happy to be proven wrong. But the stream that you are watching is Alex started rather fruitfully. That's the business time shot. It'll have quite a significant lead. Only a short format, first four. Best of 7 legs. Winner of this will be in the quarterfinals. You may know Matthias. He's ranked number 20 at the moment. I wonder why. Well, he doesn't fail. Can't fail on him. It's a busy man. I don't think he's hold down. Well, a friend of it. Tom's going to be joining us in the next 20 minutes or so, so probably after the game, unless it's a bit of a... It has started out relatively slowly. To expect that up, he's got numerous 80, 70, 79 he got, probably average 79 for the whole of yesterday's tournament, which is quite something. Lovely couple of trebles there for Vitor. Well, just when he needed it. It's him ahead, Alex now. What action does Alex? He represented U18. Team events, extreme restricted events. First one was very, very close, and I messed up the score big time. The other was something like 10-1. Another treble 20 for Vitor does leave him on a checkout, and him on a 2 trebles to 1 double required one. Yesterday was 167 by Jonsson. Today, treble 20, double 10, or treble 20 for 2 tops. See the triple. Second top. This one's to be big fat 20, nice and high. Exactly what it is. And he will be coming back 3 darts at top lipstick. Alex, all he can do is let's get a treble. Ideally 2. That's one of them. So, one leg to nothing. Top for the grenade. Double 10. We saw this hit so many times yesterday, and quite fittingly, it's the first dart we have seen a double. Well, the first double we've seen on the street tonight. Double 10. Alex. Well, running down the list of our Icelandic players. Vitor is at number 1. Halli. Carl Helgi Jonsson. Remember the name. As I call him. Fredrik Diego is number 6. And Einir Moller, the Joker. Have you ever seen Einir Moller? I'll ask him to just play what grenades he makes. Quite good around. Sigurður Athel Steinsson. Icelandic, and you're watching and I pronounce that wrong, please correct me. Steinsson. He's the Icelandic champion of 2018. That seemed a couple of months ago now. And it was a very, very good competition. Great to be a part of, great to commentate on. And well, I'm sure if you go on the Live Darts Iceland page, you'll be able to find the Icelandic National Championship. Sigurður on it. Runa Arnason, Alex Johansson, number 10. Gudmundsson, Olafur Gudmundsson, 11. Throster Ingimarsson, we saw him yesterday. He's at number 12. 13 is Stefan Orlandi. 13. And number 14 is this man who's playing in red. Alex. Well, we are bringing you live darts. We're in Reykjavik this evening. Keflavik yesterday, Reykjavik this evening. Keflavik and Reykjavik. For anyone who has been to Iceland, you no doubt flew into the Keflavik International Airport and probably got a bus over to Reykjavik. That seems to be the most common route, about 40 minutes away from each other. So that's where I'm coming to you from tonight. And we've streamed to you from Grindavik before as well, which is Matty's garage. He lives in Grindavik, which is near the blue. Peter, the big fish, won't hit it that well. Wouldn't have to, but we can't do more. No, super. Well, 7. Nothing drop. That get down to a finish. Litas has got to be kept. So where's next to him? And what door. Well, I think he did the right thing staying there, because it did look like a decent marker to slide into double 19, but it wasn't to be. Never mind, neither are in finishing yet. Then they have so treble first. Well, you see a 197 in the bottom right hand corner. Neither player is on 197 at the moment. So that just means that's how many subscribers to the YouTube account we have. Type in Live Darts Iceland to YouTube. I believe it's all one word. Just type it in and see what happens. You too can subscribe to our channel. All we're going to do is live streams such as this one in a couple of hours' time. I'm going to start to do some interviews with people, Icelandic and otherwise. So that Matty has done a couple of interesting videos as well about how he actually streams together. Can we? Well, we see a 180, may see a 140, may see a 186, well, or we may see a 127. It's a loose last start. Too disappointed. Effects out. Number 148. This is special. Still very much on. Nine, up 20. So, going of 10, never mind. And 9 scores, which doesn't hit Alex. Alex needs to hit this. Very important. Does. It's all leggings. Reykjavik. Double 10. The Icelandic double. Far away. It's a nasty list, isn't it? 5. A wasted dart, and he's dealing with tricky double 2 and maybe even the man up as well. Double 10 for 2 double 10s and 2 double 10s. 2 legs it is for Vitor. Halfway there. Breaker throw as well, important breaker throw. Well, I say important breaker, any breaker throw is important. Never a bad time for a break. This is a nice little start from Vitor. 1, okay, which is above his average. Neither averaging to their full extent. 58 and 5. Respectively, both up their game, but nonetheless, and they beat in front of you. And if you find that one player is playing really well, the other's going to play well. Never, it's not always the way. Of course not. A lovely 100 there. Cheeky little ton for Vitor, I was about to say even 60 for Alex wouldn't be the end of the world. We could be staying straight, but well, that was a wild dart there from Vitor. That's possibly in the 1, by the way, he's reacted. Might well be 11 scored there. I can't quite see because the dart looks like it's in the. It was 11 scored. Damage here. Stay straight, guarantee the big single, which is exactly what is done. They're both in the 300 range. I know Vitor's now underneath that, and there's quite a significant gap between the two in this leg. But it is all about what he struggles. Today, Vitor still darts at double. He's had a 4 4 darts, but he's hit double 10 without many attempts. Let's say that. 250. Double here, yes, can. Nice last dart. He's in the big one. Of course, he will go for the bullseye if he does the pursuit treble. does have plenty of time. There's a 24 scored there from Alex, so 170. It's the biggest darts trick out there is. 2 treble 20s, and I 1 and 9, which is 10, 160, so treble 20 here. Well, that's something he's going to want to think about. 5-7, it's not much easier than a 1-7. Still is fortunate enough to have some time on his side, so just going for the 20s there. Treble would have been nice, leaving 57, 2 darts at top, or 1 dart at 10, should I say. But he may well still have it. Alex is trying all sorts of things, trying to start down. So I'm sure he'll find. There we go, nice treble 19. That'll boost his morale, that's for sure. I think maybe it'd be better for him if Vito does get that. That's a treble 7, I've got 21 scores. 76 remains, so treble 20. Double 8. Or you can go this way. Oh, it was double 18 for double top. I think he went that way yesterday as well. That's how he likes to go for 76. Anyway, Alex on 176, so he can't do it. But 140 will make things very interesting indeed. That's why he's going up. 7-1. He's in kick-out range now. Oh, it is a big one. He does come back to 148, sorry. Vitor, double 10. Make that 3 out of, well, not 3 out of 3 on a double 10, but that is 3 checkouts. Double 10. Don't hit double 10. And that was a dart out the board. That kind of sums up maybe not Alex's day today. He doesn't give up, this young Alex. He's a very talented darts player. He's not the youth champion for nothing. Making slip. Progress down to the double. It's been a trip this game. It does look like Vito will be going through in his next round. He's hoping to erase this from his mindset and hope to grow. Stuff. There we go, that's a nice one. Not well. That was 2 trebles. And one of them was a treble. Shows his line isn't bad. Consistency in the last 3 legs. Looks like begging for another. All short of his place. And got a nasty deflection. Hit a treble there, so he's not having a bad leg. Treble 19 there for Alex. Likely to change with that done. Well. Isn't going to change the next 2 darts. Now it is actually advantage Alex. Just 1 treble. You can find one somewhere. It's hitting the 19s with more regularity. 20s. Even now, treble 19. He has switched. Didn't like the line. Treble 18 here maybe. Well, last dart rules are. I've heard. for another treble, 18, 17, something like that. But I guess whole bullseye is bigger than the trebles. Never mind. Quite hit it today. I think one treble will change. Someone can hit one. Fantastic bullseye. After me saying don't go for the bullseye, exactly what it's done, and that's left him on a reasonable checkout. We may well see the bullseye being used again. It's 135. He's got options. He's also got time as well. With Alex back on 165. Cannot check it out. Was a bullseye shot. He was in 116. Over 20%. Yeah, 27. I believe that is. Ignore me. In my mathematician skills, I haven't quite gelled as of yet, but 86. I'll just check the score. If it is 86 required, it would be treble 18. Oh, stay actually hit. Yeah, it looks good on 86. And Alex, it was Alex on 155. Confusion. Starting on the treble nine. The left 98. He has now got 48. So 86. Treble 18. That's the one thing and one thing only. And he's hit it. That's two shots at the bullseye. And two successful as well. 25, no mess around. Lovely way to finish there. 18 bull. Finishing was lovely. Scoring to get a little better. To start afresh is next. Vitor Charoa for Alex Peterson. Nothing. And he in that black short sleeve shirt with the beard. That's Matty. Matty sorts out all these streams. And we'll have our next game on this stream. Very back in a moment. One more live past Iceland.
Reykjavik. Og Þorgeir og Þorsi á spjaldi 4.
Hello, 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 and welcome back after that last game. Featuring this man, Matty Fredriksson, the Eagle. Against Gudmundsson, an Icelandic ranking. 11 Gudmundsson and 20 for Fredriksson. Of course, you're wondering why lots of the players' last name ends in Sun. Culture. You take your father's, if you're a man, you take your father's last name and add Sun to it. Such as Gylfi Sigurd Sun. There's a father called Siggy. Well, before they do start, I'd like to take the chance again to tell you about our YouTube page. You see the number 198 subscribers here in the corner. If you'd like to see that go up, you've got to do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Well worth doing, might I add. All sorts of fun games going on there. It's original live darts Iceland content. If you're a dart, it's curious. Give it a subscribe. Let's get up to 200. Hello, Paul Goodman. Fredriksson now having one of the nicest actions Icelandic darts. He's slow, he's steady. More seriously than he takes his arm. Very seriously, more seriously, after his football career has dried up. Very doable. Do with an Icelandic throw.
Herðu, Matti má velja.
Ég ætla bara að velja hens. 60. Óla. Velur bara nafnið á því sem byrjar.
Well, also, who's the gentleman in the blue throwing it up? Fun fact for you, he's the president of the Icelandic Darts Association. So we're hoping it's good. Great darts here, Icelandic. Have a word with them. Yes, and Oliver Matti has won the first game on.
No íta bara eins og.
The start seemed particularly well, but that's a little bit better. As is that, is plenty of room for a third. 180, the first of the stream this evening. Thank you very much. That's it. Wow. Well, of course. 142. Right. Well, if Matty can find two big trebles here, I don't know how much of the bed he can. Not anymore. Should leave himself on something after the next three darts. So for twice way behind. Three scored. Coming back, not future. Another one of these. May see the use of 90 at some point here. Well, if he could have got a treble there, it would have left 77. The usual way to go about 77 is treble. Coming up. We should see. We'll see an attempt here. Was the target, didn't hit. 160. 164, we saw it yesterday. Leg. 20 to top. Automatic. Prove that I know what I'm talking about. Double 10. Mind. 1, 2, 3. It's easy as that. 63 remaining. Treble 13. Or guarantee the big 13, which is probably a better. Yeah, just exactly think about the treble, and looks like he didn't think about the bull either. Never mind. The best way to hit doubles is, well, the best. You're only going to win darts games and legs if you buy yourself chances. Well, that fumbling you hear in the background means there is another commentator in town. Hello, Tom.
Good evening, Robbie.
Been watching the darts, or have you just come and joined us?
Yeah, a bit of both, really, Robbie. Watching the action, and now I'm joining you.
Fantastic.
See you at the board.
And just in time, because look what Matty needs. Tom Beresford, he was here yesterday. Well, should be Christopher couldn't make it this evening. Tom, very generously spent up an hour's time to join us for the next couple of games. It's a pleasure to have you back, Tom.
What has he got that?
Yeah,
Just
it's
inside the double 10.
So both requiring that bit at the top of the board. But the first leg, important to get your foot down. Well, this is not easy now. This isn't easy at all. He's hit the one, which can be hard, and he's hit the double two, which can be very hard. Fantastic way to down 10. One, double two. I think Matty's action, I reckon, is going to get him far in the game. It's not about you, Tom, but I think he's got a bit of star quality.
Yeah, it's the extension after the release as well, keeping the arm straight. That's probably one of the most crucial parts of remaining a straight throw. With after you've released the dart lead, keeping the arm straight. The follow through is one of the most important parts of the game.
It certainly is. I throw darts every now and again. I'm not very good, but I try and work on my follow through. But unfortunately, my darts end up going very, very high, often out of the board. Matty, you know, if you look at him, you're an aspiring darts player. That's really the thing to go for. Decent shoulder, no deviation. He seems to know exactly what he's doing. He scored 100. So it's very much equal Stevens, but remember, I believe Oliver was throwing first in this leg, so Matty has effectively nicked the darts. Needs to do something about it.
Yes, there's a slightly longer format as well, Robbie, in this event compared to last night with the best of 7 legs all the way through, I do believe.
Yeah, that's right. An extra leg required compared to yesterday, which has changed a lot of things. We had numerous, as you alluded to yesterday, numerous nil twos become 3-2.
That's a great first start. Always begging for more, that one. Nice 140 though.
It was the second dart. He adjusted well for the third. The hit. Will be even a nice little 1-3-1, or even more now.
Superb first one. So she's downstairs.
Fair enough. I mean, he's not on a finish. All he needs to do is hit a couple of big numbers to guarantee himself a finish, but he does have a little time on his hands.
There's quite a difference as well in the averages, especially in this leg.
There are indeed nearly 20 points. And a beautiful 140, Matt. The ruining my statistics. And it should have 2 darts at tops, or 1 dart at the Icelandic double.
Will he go 14 here, or will he go to the 10 or 6 route?
6, Matty usually a top sort of guy. Double 10.
And there it is, the Icelandic double coming into play once again.
Yes, we have seen 6 legs won this evening. 6 doubles hit, 4 of which, that one. One was a bullseye, and one was double 10.
Yeah, it's a great action, like you said before, Robbie, how nothing else, no other body parts move, it's literally just the arm. You remain still throughout the whole action, and it's going straight in there with 140 again. Will this be a perfect response? A 140 back.
Yes.
Superb.
Those are significantly harder, does Gudmundsson. Doesn't mean they're less likely to move throughout the air. Does not give them a thwack into the ball. Well, that's a visit they'd rather forget about. 22 scored.
Straight here. 60 will do.
40, yeah, that last dart, hard to see with the fall out of the board.
This does look quite a big venue, Robbie, compared to last night in Keflavik.
It does, and actually I've had the pleasure, Tom, of going to this venue. Lots and lots of dartboards. I'd say it's a little bigger than the other one. There are dartboards, as you can see, everywhere. I met a couple of people, one of our Premier League stars, Einar Moller. Very nice guy he is. I had a game of darts or two. Big place, nice place to be. And if you're ever in Reykjavik, why don't you go to the darts bar? I'll find out some information about where the darts bar is. It is available to the public. You've got to pay to play, but pretty good. And everyone there speaks English as well. So, you like darts? You're in Iceland? Why not give it a quick go?
The St. Helens of Icelandic darts.
141 then. It's the well-known combination. 6 at the end of the 9-dart finish. Austin.
He's just going to stay there, I think. Yes, leaves 81.
Should get a dart at something here.
Don't think he'll go for the bullseye if he's doing it right. He doesn't need to.
Stake all up that we cannot count. So 9. He's himself with 16 for when he's back. That's how you do it.
So then, double 16 for a 3-0 advantage.
I mean, I think he should go 12 for double 10 personally, but
Just up his foot there. Too much.
too much indeed. Treble 19. Target. Now 10 or 18, and he wants the same target. Well,
Wrong bet.
it wasn't far, but it was the wrong bed. It's not the worst piece in the world. In fact, he's sitting on that exact double.
Straight in.
2 darts, 2 left. 3/4 of the way, hitting President.
No. Ton to kick off his 4th leg. Oh, they weren't a bad 3 darts, were they, Robbie?
No, they were all. I mean, the good thing about Matty, his grouping is usually pretty spot on, and he's usually there or thereabouts. Just think he does need to work occasionally on the deviation. There we go. Took deviation. Doesn't bother him because there's 2, plenty of
Can he fill
room.
this one up? Yes, he can. Looks in.
And he's number 2 of the evening.
I think in terms of the scoring, Robbie, he needed it as well. With distance off in the scores.
Absolutely, and he's still behind now, only just, but even still. So if he didn't get the 1080, there's a few more problems. And he's still all up his leg to win.
Yeah, what we've seen, especially yesterday from Vitor Chirua, especially, when he got to around this mark around the 260-270 mark, he was firing in the ton 4s and the ton 37s to leave an outshot. He was doing that in more or less every single leg he played, and that seemed to be the deciding aspect in becoming champion yesterday.
Absolutely. If you didn't get the chance to see what we're talking about, go onto the Facebook page or the YouTube page and find yesterday's stream. I would describe him a bit like a choo-choo train, a fast-running train. He started steadily, and he just got better and better and better. Himself can't. I want to leave the same thing if less.
Oh, 100 for the match. Can he end it in style, Robbie?
95, treble 19.
You'd expect him to come back, and yes, he will be back. 56 then for a 4-0 victory.
Messing around a little bit on these 16s last time. I'd imagine it's 16 pops. Well, couldn't hit it last time.
It's double 12.
Yeah, 24 remaining. So you've got to compose yourself. Because when you hit the wrong double, it can throw you off guard. That's a
Just
lovely.
inside of that one. Oh, over the top.
Start on the 19s, you'd expect. It hasn't. 40, 99 left. That is unfortunate.
Over the tops, maybe. I think he did go for it.
I don't blame him. It may well be his last start of today's tournament.
Oh, I slipped well into the big nine. Maybe he will get another shot. And he does.
Will he go top
80.
10?
Oh, might look for treble 13 here.
Treble 13 or treble 19? I'd say 13 is the better shot here. But the reason you say 19 is because 79. Yeah, I don't blame him for going that route. Two reasons. I'll describe it after we see Matty go. Working his way in. He's further away. Double four. No. So, this one's violating. Treble 14.
12 left. Double six. It's a good marker.
No, he's left himself the madhouse. Oh, yes, he's busted. Sorry, I was
Double four.
Yeah, double four. Double five. Double one. Even. No two.
Yeah, I think if Marty does progress in this match, we're looking to sharpen up on his doubles for his next match.
Yeah, absolutely. Saving grace is the last match. Right, double four. You want to do his first dart. Really needs to. When you miss doubles, such as that one, it's quite significant. You start the water. What's she thinking? And again. Which double was further out? Last one at double four or that one at double 8?
I think they were both bang in the middle, weren't they, really? Oh, both players suffering here.
I promise I will talk about this 79 in a minute.
It's
Well,
there.
he's done a good job there. He didn't let his distractions in the first two poor darts get to him. I think he did deserve that leg eventually, even if Matty did score.
Yes, I think for Matty it's all about remaining composure here and just totally forgetting about that leg. The scoring aspects of the leg was great for him, so just keep that in his memory and try and forget about it and move on. And it's a great start here, nice ton to kick off this fifth leg.
I was just going to say, these three darts are going to show what Matty's made of, and I'd say so. Three nicely thrown darts, all very straight, one in the treble, so it's an absolute bonus. And before I do forget then, that's 79. Oliver had two darts left, 79. You know, usually it's treble 13 tops. But as a darts player, you think, oh, treble 19, because I know that leaves double 11. You just think it straight away. Problem is, he stepped back to think, what am I going to do? Which makes you, hang on a second, you know, why then would he go for the treble 19? But I guess you hit treble 19 a lot more than you hit treble 13. So I used to hate that route for 79. Now I kind of see it. A nice another treble there for Matty.
Nice ton again. I think as well, it depends how much you go for the treble 13. I mean, even with a 71 shot, some players might go 17, some players might go the 13 to leave the 32. So it all depends on how you feel in that particular treble. If you feel confident on hitting it, then you go for it. It's whatever you're comfortable with, your personal preferences.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no right or wrong way. I mean, I think I've certain couple of preferences. 101 left. I like shots at treble 17. Reason being, if you miss it low or high, you have a marker. But then if you are a professional player or you're a very good player, you should be able to hit the treble with two darts.
It's 101 I see. So, I think it was Dave Pallett. It was a Pro Tour event. This is I think it was like a quarter final match. It was a competitive match, and he went bullseye one and bullseye two on the left. His opponent was just, I think it was Paul Nicholson he was playing, because I remember remember him referring to it in commentary in one of his European tour streams, and yeah, he was stood at the back and shaking his head.
Amazing.
I think that was the leg to win the match as well.
Yeah, blimey, that's something, isn't it? 56-16. Stop. There we go. No messing around this time. And a 4-1 victory in favour of Mattias and Fredriksson. He was responsible for the streak. A couple of messy doubles midway through that leg towards the end.
Yeah, he seemed to do exactly what we said he might do. He just forget about the previous leg, move on, keep composed. And that's exactly what he did, and he's ran out a 4-1 winner. The averages don't mean anything, it's the W that counts, and he's through to the next round.
I've seen for in Europe, Hannah too. He was playing something. He was playing 119 left, ball 19 bull. Strange way.
So many different players though that use different ways to finish. I mean, Menzel Sujovic is definitely an exception with his reliable double 14. I would leave it at every single opportunity.
Yeah, and I think leave if he has 62 left. I think he goes treble 12, double 13.
Yeah, he loves the treble. He loves the double 13. He's leaves so much.
I love the double 13. I've got a theory. I won't bore you now with it, but I have got a theory as to why it was one of the best doubles to leave. In practice, maybe not. But I think it's a that's why I'm such a big fan of it. Pretty much the double 13 today. We saw a couple of double 70s, didn't we, at the match play? Ian White hit one. Someone else, I can't remember who did as well.
Yeah, I do know there's actually a Twitter account called Doubles 17.
Yeah.
Because every time it's hit in a tournament, he seems to, it's very, very rare it actually gets hit.
Yeah, and every time someone misses, goes, oh, I just stopped out the way of that one.
Remember Ian White hit the 1-5-4 at the match play. The treble 20, double 17.
Especially at the first being in the treble, very invitingly.
And I think he was against Matt Kopp, and that seemed to be the deciding factor in the match, because I think he broke 3 legs clear with that finish. So in a big game, a big finish can always break you apart from your opponent, sort of the deciding factor in a match. We've seen it yesterday with Jonsson when he took out the 1-6-4 to win the match coming from 2-0 down. That was spectacular to see.
Yeah, I haven't recovered from that yet.
I don't think he has. I bet he didn't sleep last night, did he?
He didn't, I didn't. There we go. So you do work with the CDC Championship Darts Circuit over in the US, featuring American and Canadian players. Owen.
Yeah, it's probably it's in its 4th year now. It's a bit like the way the Icelandic darts start. The standard is never going to be 100 plus averages from the very beginning. It's dramatic. You see plenty of opportunities missed, and you see some high averages some of the time. But yeah, it's never short of drama. There's always deciding. I remember watching DJ Sayer and Leonard Gates in a final. I think it was weekend 2 in Ohio, and he's managed to run out a 6-5 winner. It was 5-4 down to Sayer. Sayer was on 58 for a 6-4 win, and Gates produced a 1-5-6 finish.
No way.
To force a deciding leg, and then in that deciding leg, he took out, I think it was 2-7-6 into 5 darts to win the deciding leg, and it was brilliant. It was they were sort of dragging each other along for the first part of it, and then he just kicked into, I think he hit a 1-4-6 in the 3rd leg as well. So it was definitely one of the best CDC finals I've seen.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of ton plus averages hit as well. You may have heard another player called Chuck Puglio. He's been producing a lot of ton plus averages. He's going to go to Q School in January. I do know that already. I was speaking to him earlier actually, and he's going to qualify in school. Probably about 5 or 6 players who will be there. Chris White will probably be there.
Yeah.
David Fathom, Scorpion, he will be there.
I know Chris Lim is always there or thereabouts.
I'll be very very kind of gates, isn't there? Because he's been playing some brilliant stuff, but he was so disappointed that he didn't qualify for the North American Championship, and with that, US Darts Masters will be.
I was
Really, he's
disappointed.
been the best player. Probably, he's definitely in the top two with Darren Young. Darren Young's top of the CDC order of merit at the moment, but not by much of a distance.
How do they choose the PDC World Cup of darts, the US team? Because it's always been Young and Butler.
Yeah. The criteria for this year was by players with a tour card who come from the USA, which is they don't have one. So the PDC put it to the CDC that the CDC will pick the top two players in their order of merit, which at the time was Larry Butler and Darren Young. So that's how they decided that. But with these players going to Crucible in January, we don't know what's going to happen moving forward. And with the 3 places being handed out at the William Hill World Darts Championship to the top Canadian, top USA player, and Jeff Smith, who won the North American Championship, there's opportunities there.
There's going to be a few North Americans this year. I'm sure we're going to have Dawson Michelle. Don't know if John Park, don't know where he's sitting at the moment, but he may if he's just about there enough to qualify. John Norman Jr., possibility. And then we've got, and that might be as well as the few, Jeff Smith and the 2 other qualifiers as well, the US and the Canadians. So it's certainly on the up in the US, that's for sure. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. I was devastated that Leonard Gates wasn't in the US Darts Masters, because I think it's a great spirit. He won one of the Darts Live soft tip tournaments early this year, I believe. Is he going to make the Ali Pali? That's my question.
It's going to be tough because Darren Young does lead the order of merit, but he actually lost out to Darren in one of the finals, and he's not far off. If he can win it the way the tournaments have run, it's sort of Leonard's won one, we've got the momentum, got in front of Darren Young, then Darren Young's won the next event, and the weekend after that, same happened, exactly the same again. Gates won the first event, and then Darren Young followed it with another win. But there's so many players that we've probably not seen that are playing very well. Danny Lowell has been consistently quarterfinals, semi-finals. We've seen him push James Wade all the way at the US Darts Masters. There was a surprise actually last weekend. A player called Matt Campbell came out of nowhere. He entered 2 qualifiers just to get in the main event. He had to come through qualifiers. He won that, and on the Sunday he went all the way to the final. I think he hit something like 15 1/8s as well on the way through. Wasn't a fluke. Played some phenomenal stuff, and he actually played Darren Young in the final. Was in front, looked like he was going to seal the job, but Young produced some. I think he pulled out a 1-2-1 finish and another ton plus finish to just edge him out 6-5. So these players seem to just come out of nowhere. And
his name's Matt Campbell.
Yes.
I'll certainly be keeping my eye on him as well. What's the format like in the CDC then?
It is the best. I think it's first to 5, and then the format goes into the final.
Okay.
To best of 11.
Okay.
But there's so many good Canadians. The Canadians are playing really well. I mean, that's where Matt Campbell's from. He's from Ontario, where the event was held. So he's just a local lad around the corner. Thought I'll have a bash at this. He was just in his own clothes, jeans and what have you, just in his normal casual attire. And he wasn't expecting to get where he got to, but he deserved to get there.
Did you have a chat with him?
I've not had a chance to. But that was just prior to the US Darts Masters in Las Vegas. I think it was the week before. So with the money that he picked up that weekend, he went to Vegas and tried to qualify for the North American Championship.
Wow.
It was a great story. It was a fantastic story.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sounds good. The good story about Jeff Smith, who nearly managed to miss the qualifying tournament. Do you remember that? His flight was delayed, and his luggage was going to be even longer. So he just got from McCarran Airport in Las Vegas straight to Mandalay Bay. Didn't bother picking up his luggage, got someone else to do that for him. And I bet he's glad he did do that in the end, because he ended up, winning the championship. In light of which he will be featuring at Alexandra Palace in December.
Yeah, and if you remember back to last December, he was there as well. He played young Luke Humphries in the first round.
couple of years ago, he did rather quite well at Lakeside.
Yes. He's played both pros. He's playing the World Masters, played in the William World Darts Championship, and at Lakeside, he's ever so popular at Lakeside as well. He was one of the most popular players there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Practice system pretty solid, so yes, I'm sure we all look forward to seeing Jeff Smith.
Been impressed, Robbie, with darts worldwide. To be fair, at the moment, the Asia tour's been kicking off well as well. We have a live stream for that as well.
Yeah, they had a 9-darter, I believe, in their first ever stream. Decent players, the likes of Roy and Lamb. Decent player, hails from Singapore.
One Bam Roy and Lamb as they.
I do like Wham Bam Roy and Lamb. If I could interview one player on the planet, though, it would be Mr. Paul Lim.
Yeah, that was immense at the William Hill World Darts Championship against Gary Anderson when he missed a double 12. I think Anderson wanted it to go in more than he did.
If he would have hit that, I'm going to say this. That would have been, without a shadow of a doubt, the best ever moment in the history of the World Darts Championship. For me, anyway. There have been some cracking moments, don't get me wrong, but that would have been something else. First ever 9-darter at the World Championship, and for the time being, the last ever 9-darter at World Championship. And he's 60 plus, the man.
Yeah, and he's still going strong even at the World Cup events. I remember when him and Harith Lim defeated Scotland last year.
A shocker, yeah.
And we do have our next match starting very, very soon. So what info do we have on this particular event, Robbie? It's a ranking event. It's held once a month, every first Thursday of every month.
I believe so. And they occasionally like to stream it, but I'm sure they're going to start doing it a bit more often now. It's how the players get their official rankings to enter certain tournaments. So yes, they will meet up here in Reykjavik. There's lots of boards. I think there's 48 players on the order of merit, something like that. And they will throw arrows in a little tournament like this to give them ranking points. It's a bit of a confusing system. It was explained to me earlier. But every tournament they win is worth a certain amount of ranking points. Whoever has the most ranking points is top of the table. Unsurprisingly, at the moment, it is Vitor who is Iceland number one. Right now, it's Olgeir Gubbins. It's the Iceland 3. I'm not going to say how old he is, but because age doesn't really matter because he's the number 3. He's a little older than the other competitors, and he's fantastic. Don't get the number 3.
Heads or tails?
He's playing Kieran Mines. I'm expecting Thorgeir to run away with this one, but it might be a little closer than we think. As I was saying earlier, Matty is the Icelandic number 20, but in reality, he'd be top draw, that's for sure. It's Kieran who has won the ball.
He does have a very deliberate action.
Meanwhile, Thorgeir, he looks like he's playing with his eyes closed. Something I've noticed before, but it's very, very concentrated. Like I just mentioned, the deliberate action, I think that's going to serve him well. There we go, lovely tumble.
I think the way the elbow's tucked in as well, it's sort of like very little margin, very little room for error.
Yeah. throws straight, but he throws a hard dart as well, so not much room for it to blow, you know, deviate from the
He's finding his feet now.
Well, a nasty bounce back before getting the decision.
Yeah, and if you are joining us on YouTube, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
I agree. It's a good place to be. All sorts of fun and games going on. Podcasts, interviews, streaming tips, how to remove points from darts. Matty did one not so long ago. Live streams and of course the archive streams as well. What's not to love? Go to YouTube, type in Live Darts Iceland, and click subscribe.
Schweinson's got a healthy lead in this first leg. He wants 56 when he comes back.
The match is the top sort of man. Locks the Icelanders up.
Oh, 15 scores, 41 remaining. Here's one double 16 when he comes back.
Switch.
Oh, he made a look for a 92 there.
16.
I think sometimes as well, Robbie, you do overthink sometimes when you do have such a lead with your opponent not on a finish, then you do have that little bit of extra time, and sometimes it plays on your mind.
It does. I have to hit this at some point. When am I going to hit it? Sort of thing. Anyway, doesn't want to be messing around here. Double 4. Wants it with these 3 darts. Ideally this one. And that's exactly what he's done.
There.
Nice in the middle as well. That'll settle the nerves. Takes the lead. Holds his throw. Let's see what Borger has on his throw. And he opens in style. Nice 720. Give him the ton.
Good last start.
Yeah, good last start indeed. Well, can we? Dips low, but 140 will take any day of the week. Especially when Thorgeir started quite nicely. This is a nice response. You can get a ton 40 as well. Like it's exactly what he's done. Oh, well, I think it was just 100 there.
So Robbie was talking about Vitor Drew's performances over the course of the event last night. I've got a few stats here. An highest average of 88.8. That was in his first game, which he produced some fantastic darts. A good 110 finish. This is the most interesting one. Over the 4 matches he played, he had an overall average of 80.53. That is some going. It's probably going to be the highest overall average we've seen. It must be.
Yeah, it must be. Over length, over time as well. Yeah, he has great games, and there are some games where he can average more. The game we saw not so long ago, his average was 60-ish. I can't specifically remember. Yeah, that's quite remarkable. He had a great day yesterday, and I think gives us all hope, doesn't it, for Icelandic darts?
I think even the overall checkout, he was 39% just in a single game. Will win you most matches, 13 out of 33. So it's scoring and finishing was on point throughout the whole evening.
Yeah, he only was one winner.
Average darts per leg as well, 17.85. That's superb.
In any standard, that's all right.
And those stats are courtesy of Patrick Buss over on Twitter. Thanks for following Patrick and compiling these stats together for each event.
try and make a little pun here. Thanks for indicating that to us, Patrick. Bus-based pun. Never mind. 72. 16.
12.
Double 12. And he's
And it's
got it.
there. Doesn't disappoint.
Outs. No missed darts for him.
Solid 60.
Since the last dart, it was close. I thought it was in. So just dropped under. That's a solid 60 for a start.
81. It's a great first start. It's lovely.
And that's a lovely second dart. Switch it again.
Unexpected switch there because it looked a good. Hi.
Yes, he's doing a Michael Van Gogh. He doesn't like the line immediately. Switch, switch, switch. Work for the first two darts. That was one. Two single ones is easy to give up. Kieran did not do that. He's very much open, very much even. The average of this leg, especially now, that was a 140.
Superb. Gets him in front of the leg. Darts he's using here looks similar to a John Lowe sort of fabric.
Talking about Kieran.
Oh, great for start. We've got 18s there maybe. Doesn't have to.
Yeah, I can understand why you'd stay. Of course, 18 is usually a requisite choice. Not 18. And to use that second dart as a marker to hit tops. Or you deliberately left 20, which is everyone's favourite double dart.
You will be back though for double 10. Leaves 86. Double 10 for a 2-1 lead. He's going to get a shot at this 86. Could see a shot at the bullseye coming in, unless he can get the treble 18 here.
Treble 15 now. He's composing himself. All 19 for 14s will do. Oh, wasn't far away. That was a lovely second dart and a good effort in the third dart. He's confident with treble 19. He'll do it. Double 10.
There it is. Yeah, and I think, Robbie, a lot of the opportunities that I've seen for 85, I think every single time they've gone for the 19s, it seems a popular route for the Icelandic players. Last start to keep him in this one. Moves in front. Softened with that one. Only 26. Gives Goodmanson, well, he did have the advantage, but he's replied in kind with only 22. Beautiful start. Just double that one, maybe. Nice ton. near enough levels things up in this fourth leg. Dudson takes charge this leg quite a distance in front there if he can fire in a decent score. Not a great start. Great last start as he keeps in the lead. As he looks to level up this match, but what a nice first treble 20, and again, can he fill it up? Oof, 140.
See, puts the pressure on. He's actually on a finish first.
Yeah, he's looking for the 133 there till he tops. Four plays 114. 74 left, treble 14. Global 16.
And what a beautiful check out. Spook double, 1 3.
Magnificent stuff there for Schweinson to move 3-1 up in this one.
It's a breaking throw. Here on Schweinson throwing.
Yeah, a lot of players get stuck on the 1-3-4 finish, which is what to go for when they do get the treble, because do they stay there? Or do they switch to the 14s? Maybe you start on 2 treble 19s. There's so many possibilities on the 1-3-4 to double to leave.
My mindset is usually stay on the treble. A, because it's easy. Yeah, I'm not very good at it. It's easy. But B, it's got a nice line. Probably hit it with the next arm there. But a double the knot. That being said, if you haven't got a good it worked very much in Schweinson's favour there.
Yeah, I think as well, if you always go the same way, then you're never ever going to change. I know Stephen Bunting has always said when he leaves 10, every single time he will go 2 double 4. So the indecision isn't there because he never would attempt the double 5. He's always push away, and maybe that's the best attitude to have.
Maybe it is, and that's a good attitude. Throw in a couple of trebles there.
Nice and so on. There's not much in this leg, scoring wise. There wasn't much in the last leg until he fired in that superb 1-3-4 to take the fourth leg. Yeah, we've been treated to some great finishes over the last couple of days, haven't we, Robbie?
We have, and these are finishes I've never seen before. I've been doing this for way over a year now. As soon as you come in, bang, look at all this. So, you know, you can stick around for a bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1-3-4, the 1-6-4 yesterday was fantastic. Numerous 180s happened yesterday.
Yeah, I think the standard's only going to get better on it as these events. More events to stream, more events to put on. The players are going to get more comfortable under the environment, and we're going to see the averages rocket up.
Absolutely, and there's numerous youth players we saw out earlier. Baldy was on yesterday. Numerous youth players as well. I mean, they're not going to get worse. So, right attitude, right skills, etc. It's 93 as well. Well, this is to save his skin, thought, yeah.
69 going to stay in this match.
We're shooting treble 19 will be his first call. I believe 50, so it's 10 or it's 18. It's double 16. And that may well be your ranking event. Yeah, that's fine.
Schweinson wants tops then to take this match. Straight in. A comfortable 4-1 victory. Respectable average there, 71.
Yeah, room for improvement, but certainly more basic, more standard. He's played nice. I think he got better as the game progressed. Well, so it is true. I don't know what the weather's like in Iceland, but it's rather hot here in the Islands. Well, you were at the World Match Play, weren't you, in Blackpool?
Yeah, I was there for the opening weekend. I like to go to the opening weekend because, in theory, you get to see more players and more matches. Still a long format, still first to 10 legs, so it's still very good to watch. And there's some great matches.
What was it like temperature-wise? Was it boiling hot?
Yeah, absolutely red hot. With the venue's it's not as big as it looks on TV. It's quite close to the action. There's thousands of people pumped in, and it's the atmosphere is my favourite tournament. Even exceeds the World Darts Championship in my opinion. It's just the atmosphere is so unique, and it's just brilliant to be a part of. And the darts that are played on it as well. Ever since I was a kid, I've been going, and every year it's just got better and better. And the opening night was superb. We've seen Adrian Lewis against James Wilson. James Wilson was 7-3 ahead in that, and Lewis managed to come back to win 10-8. We've seen Michael Van Keulen from the Jeopardy fan. Dave Chisnell played brilliantly against Keegan Brown, who probably struggled a bit, to be fair. But did you see the Chisnell game?
I did. I watched a lot.
Did you see his treble 9, his complete refusal to go for the treble 20 bed in a couple of legs?
Yeah, I did, and it worked for him. It wasn't. You see that sometimes. I saw it in a ladies' game a couple of years ago in WDF World Championship. Often it doesn't work because it's unnatural. For him, it's very natural. He wasn't missing the treble 19.
He did actually hit a 12-dart leg without going for a single 20.
What made me laugh was he hit a 171. Then he was going treble 19, yes, treble 19, yes. He was aiming for another treble 19. He wouldn't have left a 9-dart. Not very often do you see players deliberately not give themselves position to do a 9-darter. At the Grand Prix, sometimes if you start with 16s, you can't hit 9. So I thought he might have switched just to give him the opportunity of checking out in 9.
Yeah, I think the 12 darter, it was 171, I think it was a 133 in there, and then he hit the 140 finish with 2 treble 18s and the double 16.
Yeah, that was shots you familiar, isn't it?
Rob Cross especially.
Absolutely. How the World Championship was won. In what can only be described as the best story in darts for a while.
It's so good to see as well, especially with the 144 I've seen Cross do so many times as well, with the 2 treble 18s and double.
Yeah, I think he's a great spirit. He's a phenomenal player. He looks so comfortable in these World Series events. He's top of the World Series order of merit at the moment. He hasn't even won an event. He's, twice. Yeah, I think I like him. I really, really like him. He's chill. Doesn't take it too seriously. And yeah, he's certainly one to watch over the next few years. Like to see him win another major. I would like to see. But he did win a Pro Tour event a few weeks ago. I think that would be the first thing he actually won since winning the Worlds. So
I think winning the Worlds has changed him. He'll be the first one to admit that he's not got overawed with winning the World Championship, but it took his eye off the ball slightly when it comes to the Pro Tour events. He struggled in the first few UK Open qualifiers, then he picked himself up and recently, but I think we've still yet to see the full potential of Rob Cross. Because in the World Championship, he seemed to like to save his best game until the latter stages, and that final against Taylor was superb.
It was a great final. My favourite was the semi against Michael. That was outrageous. Outrageous.
Yeah, I think much like the Gary Anderson winning the World Match Play, I think that Enzo Slijevic sort of did throw the game away a bit with missed doubles. Van Keulen did the same against Cross, but if you miss doubles and you don't win your darts matches.
Yeah, and Paul Nicholson's come out and said, you know, he doesn't like this apologising for hitting when they should have won, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, it is cruel. It's a cruel game. It's a very cruel game, and that's why we love it. And it can be down to missed doubles. Especially when you're talking about the World Match Play. It's by too clear, but then once 4 legs have been played, you don't even throw for bullseye. So whoever's going to throw will play, and it's a sudden death leg.
Yeah, the thing what I liked on the World Match Play was the respect from the crowd as well. You've probably seen some European Tour matches when they're whistling and booing and all sorts when the players are on doubles. It happened to Van Gogh and a bit of barracking then in that semi-final with Rob Cross. But as a professional darts player, you've got to sort of learn to deal with that sort of thing, and it's difficult to come to terms with at first. But you've come to expect it now with darts becoming as popular as it is. Alcohol involved, obviously. That's always going to happen now.
Yeah, it is. It is, you know, it's not part of the game, but it's part of, let's say, the professional environment.
But I think it does. I think different players respond differently. I think like Gerwin Price loved it when the crowd was booing him. The crowd was like, oh, sort of thing, like teeing up a double and he hit and sort of turns the crowd. And different players respond differently.
They do, yes. I remember back in the years ago, Peter Wright used to, you know, when, for example, if he was a 167 or whatever, he hit the 2 trebles and he's got the bullseye left, he'd turn to the crowd and wave his arms up in the air to say, "Come on, make some noise, make some noise." He missed more than he hit, so he stopped doing that now. But
yeah. I remember a certain world number 1 not being very pleased with it at the time. Doing that.
Which Peter Wright said, when they said, you know, what are you going to do next time? I'll smash him.
You do have to be confident in darts massively. It's all part and parcel of the game, as they say. If you don't believe you can win an event, then you probably shouldn't be playing in it.
Yeah, I mean, the first ever darts player I met was Simon Whitlock way back in the day. And someone asked him, you know, do you believe you're going to win, blah, blah. And he said, you know, if I didn't, there's no point turning up. You don't believe. It's like anything. Could you imagine a boxer going in not thinking they're going to win? So, yeah, it's all about belief. And there's like Paul Nicholson was first to say, you know, a couple of years ago, his only way of qualifying for the World Championship was via the PDPA qualifier. And he said, you know, I do deem it's unlikely that I'm going to actually get a spot because there's one spot and there's, you know, 128 players or 64 players, whatever. But he said, you know, I'm still going to give it a go. There's setting, you know, realistic expectations. You've got to have this game. And the better you throw, the more confident you get, which is, I believe, why we are seeing the rise of Icelandic darts quality.
Yeah, I think the strength in depth, especially the PDC, is absolutely. It's inexplainable. The standard is just ridiculous from the Challenge Tour to just Q School alone. You need to be averaging at least 100 to 110 just to sort of win a match at Q School. You might get the odd game where your opponent's not playing that well, where you can sneak it with an 85-90 average, but the Pro Tour, all of those 128 tour card holders, if you ask any of them, they will all say, I'm going to win this event, I'm going to beat Van Gerwen, I'm going to beat Lewis, I'm going to beat everyone. They've all got that confidence instilled in them, and they've had to do it the hard way. They've had to come through Q School, and it's an unforgiving tour. You can draw Michael Van Gerwen one day and draw Dave Chisnell another day and get whooped 6-0 on both days, and it's how you recover from it mentally as well. Just waiting for our next match on the live stream, guys. It shouldn't be too long away. If you are enjoying the action here on Live Darts Iceland, please leave some feedback in the comments, subscribe on YouTube. We're also on Periscope and Twitter at the moment, producing a stream for you this evening. It is a spectacular venue, though. There's so many boards in play. Bringing this live streaming board, maybe in the future, maybe multiple streaming boards, maybe a possibility when the growth of Icelandic darts continues to happen.
That's my dream. One commentator per board, and then we can see what's going on the other boards. That would be the ultimate.
We're taking a quick 10-minute break from the streaming. There will be the remainder of this event. I'll leave you in the capable hands of Robbie. And until next time, I've been Tomford. I'll leave you Robbie now. And have a good evening.
Thank you very much. All the best, Tom. Looking forward to having you on another one of our streams again very, very soon. Well, we are going to have a quick break in the action for now. Streaming will be continuing shortly. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're now down up to 100 people, which is nice. I'll be back when the action's back. All makes up.
Næsta er 81 og 57 inn fyrir í doppeltón og fór í doppeltón. Til að vinna 400.
Varstu 300 liður? Það var pirrandi að maður svona einum legg frá því að vinna.
Það er ekki erfiðasti leikur með.
Þá vinnur einn rest eða eitthvað annað, eins og 2-0, þetta er upp 300 hinn vinnur frá þér.
Það var ekkert mjög vel. En síðan sá bara hann fekk að hitna, leiði hann að hitna. Já, ég átti stoppal 8, svo inn fyrir og í single 13 í seinna.
Það var ennum fyrir.
Já. Svo átti ég 81, 57, 12,
Þá fórstu í.
doppel 13. Átti ég svo í...
Það er náttúrulega hella og var í saman.
Yes, sir. Ég átti að vinna 400. Sjáumst. Vítor alltaf bérið sér. Vítor. Hún býður ekki, sko. Já, skilur. Heads. Kalli þú byrjar að búa á 6 pílur. 6 darts, and then from Kalli, du drog bollen. Stattur. Again.
Hello again. I'm back in the commentary box, this time without Tom. He'll be back behind Jerry's. Robbie Love here, talking you through this one, and no less, this is a repeat of last night's final. The final which Vitor won. His name is Carl Helgi Jonsson, but I call him Helgi because I think it's a nice name, Helgi. Helgi Jonsson. And Helgi Jonsson is already in the treble, and again
121.
One. 2 trebles, not bad. Not at all. A little bit of news coming in from the other boards. We had a derby. It was a derby, I mean 2 of the regulars played each other. Matty, brilliant Matty to win a tournament like this, to boost his ranking, his Icelandic ranking. He played Hallie, and guess what? He had 4 darts, did Matty, to win 4-0. He lost the game. Sorry to say. Well, not sorry to say, I mean, you know, he's a very, very talented player, but Matty must be kicking himself. And I know he watches back all these streams as well, so I won't mention it again. Frustrating scenes in Reykjavik. 255 plays 315. Sorry, 2 treble visit for Mr. Jonsson. And Vitor can't find a treble of his own, so it will be Carl looking to get down to a finish. Even 1 treble, even treble 20, not treble 19, that would have been all right. But it's probable that he will be first down to a finish. 274. Can't finish now. Well, can't get down to a finish, should I say? So, 196. 6 darts, that's it. 80 would be useful here. 140 would be useful. 100 would be useful. Just doesn't want to stray to the side, which is exactly what it's done. But I believe that last dart was in the treble. It was treble 20. So, 101 when he comes back. See a variety of ways. 20 treble 19 double 12, 20 treble 15 double 18, treble 21 tops. Choices here. Lovely last start there from Vitor. Beats him with a Shanghai. 81 there, treble 19.
28.
Not the best visits. 73. If he does come back, Vitor has 2 chances to hit the treble 20. Well, I was going to say that looks like quite a nice line, but he has moved, so I would suggest otherwise. And it wasn't far away. I personally would try and hit a treble with this dart. But he went for the dart on the top instead, which can be risky. Because he did miss it, but there we go. 73, 60, 20 for tops. Well, that was very close to busting. And That has left him, if my math is correct, at 1. Now, there is no guarantee Vito's going to take this out. He's a very talented player. He knows what he's doing. He may well do that. And that's not going to give himself 2 darts at double 12, his favourite, and he's done it. Oh, was that bridge? That's trouble 19 with the loft. But never throw away. I wouldn't say throw.
125.
Anyway, he's put that behind him. He's got another 2 trebles. Trouble visit in his last leg. Vitor all over the place. Thrown, 2 scored. And then there's
45.
beautiful 140 in the leg to even things up. He's in again. You've got to hit it from here.
140.
It's done. This one really needs to treble 3. That is one of them. Oh, what a game. What a game. Room for a third.
121.
Disappointing. Visually disappointing. Carl in again. What is going on?
66.
Don't know why I'm so surprised, to be honest, because we saw a good quality tussle last night in the finals, so we knew we were going to get good quality tussle here. Carl with 125, so we're going to probably see shots at the bullseye here. And if he hits the bullseye with his first dart, he may hit 2 shots at bullseye. 193 for Vitor.
28.
90 now. So Carl's got 6 darts. Yeah, I would like to see him go for the bullseye though. He's hit a 19. 106. Treble 18 here.
57.
68 left when he's back. So we want a minute time here just to put some pressure on. 68 can be up 61. 95 wouldn't be the end of the world. 85, sorry.
45.
Well, 45 is a big ask. There's 2 big trebles. Treble 20, double 4. Don't miss the big single though. Oh, well, it's gone. Okay. Double top.
48.
Well, 68 he was on. He went for treble 14. Treble 18 would have left 15. Yeah, double 7. Which is an unusual way to go, but hey, nonetheless, maybe he'd done it deliberately to leave the Icelandic double 10. That's a lovely dart. And that's not a lovely dart. 5. I'd bust this. That's exactly what it's done. Vitor, treble 19. Just half. Double. Important leg hole.
Game shot.
Has hit it with his second dart in hand. The trusty Icelandic double. And we're in the treble again. Another one of those. Thank you very much. Promise not pushing this into the lane. This is live, about as live as it gets. 2 webcams.
30.
1 on board, and 1 on the action player, should I say. If you'd like to know a little bit more about how we do stream these, we have videos available on Facebook. Matty is the man responsible for the streaming. job afterwards. And that was a nice ton, just to keep him within local distance. 170 behind minus these.
85.
And that would be plenty for Vito if he's going to get down to a double first. You'd think he's got 6 starts to get down to a double, possibly more. That's only 20 scored, 3-5-1.
25.
5. Not ideal at this stage. Only early thing. Yeah, very well. Scoring, show, doubles for yes, no.
60.
Moves down to a finish first. It's a tricky finish. So he will have 6 darts at it. Carl.
45.
Carl can't find anything big enough to cause any significant damage. So at least 6 here, possibly. It's not the 6th. So let's see.
26.
Even 30 left. Though, if he does hit 80, I'm pretty certain he'll go for the bullseye. It's treble 20 and a single 20, but that is a lovely visit. 121, 120, yeah, 121. That was a lovely visit. 140, sorry, not 121 for Carl. Don't know what I'm talking about.
45.
Which does give him an outside shot. He hit a big one yesterday. Oh, I really believed. I believed that following the 164 from yesterday, he was going to give it a bit of a better shot than that.
85.
Nonetheless, he's right back in his leg. What needs that's 70. So 20. Well, he needed to make sure he aimed for the treble, which would have left him double 5. He needed to make sure that he was going to get a shot at the bullseye, because that may be his last dart in this leg. Treble 20 for double 8. The red bit.
56.
Red bit, because I'm in top of the bullseye. Vitor does need the red bit, but I'm pretty certain he will be splitting this. No? Well. Well. What's going on? What's going on, Vitor?
No score.
I don't know what happened there. He needed, yeah, I know he tried to go for bullseye. I think that was a big mistake. He might go for it again. Will he learn his lesson, or will he try for it again? No. And maybe it would have been better if he did go for it. He hit the outer ball. That leaves 25, 5, and 8. He then hit 20, very near the treble. Very nearly busting. Had to bust there, but he's wired not sticking inside, giving Carl not that wasn't a bad ball. Sneaked in on it. Oh, and that's just in the screen. We'll be checking this out. And the impression I got, very much, this isn't a gimme. So working on it. To work in on it, it's going to work in, do just that.
2.
I always say if you're going for the madhouse, aim far away and work in, work in. You're a pro, maybe not, but it's something to go. Double 4 then. It's his third leg.
No score.
And the madhouse can be the hardest double on the board to hit. Let's see if he's going to go my way, which is out and in.
Game shot.
There we go, it's worked in on it. Fantastic. Double 1. Smallest check out of the lot. Break of thrown it straight in there.
66. 85.
Nice adjustment with the last dart. Did go in the treble, but it just widened underneath. Considering the sway of that 65. He's got to be happy with his last dart. Go ahead.
60.
Still ahead, so he's in pole position here to make it 3-1. Does need to maintain. So stay straight. Stay on the 20s. Get the occasional treble.
100.
Just like that. Textbook. Almost like you heard me.
$80.
That was a fantastic last dart, I must be said. 20.
30. 45.
At some point, when I'm going to now, I've got 3 commentators. I've got an app that allows me to measure
45.
the amount of swaying into the 5s and 1s these darts. And I'd be really interested to see who has the biggest culprit of that. These are some nice straight darts though. Scored 80, so that's 193.
87.
He's not going to check out, and you are putting the impression that Carl Helge Jonsson will be down for the finish first. Stay straight is the right. Get the trebles lovely, don't be greedy.
100.
Wow, wow, wow. What a dart. And he's now in pole position. 3-1. Take this. Possibly, well, possibly, that could be the last leg.
Game shot.
And fantastic. 17, 18, double top to check out 75 in 3 darts. Now, we're probably, at this rate, not going to see a repeat of the results last night.
97. 26.
Vitor, just to confirm, it's best of 7, which is first to 4. Vitor's going to need every single leg, the next 3 to be precise. If he is going
60.
to win this match, nice treble just about keeps him in contention. A little bit far afield compared to where Vitor is. And Vitor piling on the pressure. Leaves himself on a tricky 3 darts out. If he is to get the 2 trebles, he's a fan of double 12.
40. 40. 85.
4. Well, that was not the 4, not 104, but a single 4, going for
24.
treble 8.
85. 80.
So, let's see how he goes for this. Treble 20 double 10. Tops, tops. Top, tops was the intended route. Double top now.
40.
And on high. This would be something special, wouldn't it? Hasn't had the best of legs as Carl.
36. Game shot.
And game shot. Lovely dart thrown with conviction. And he's only one away from Carl. 3-2.
81.
Whilst with two legs, remember, Carl is now throwing first. In this leg, and he hit the all-important treble 20. He does have to do with this dart, preferably.
60.
Hasn't done so.
45.
Well, I would have thought that third dart was going to go in the treble, because you kind of just a big...
83.
This, by the way, for those of you who just joined us, and those who are unaware, because I wasn't very clear, this is the second semi-final, the first of which was played on a outside streamed board. It was Matty versus Ali. And Matty missed 4 darts to win it 4-0. And lost. I won't say that again. So yes, winner of this will be playing Hallie Ailes.
85.
Over it. Any, especially if Vitor must find a way of winning. Let then be fuel with the Vitor throw. We put him first. It really needs to find 2 trebles here, important. One is the worst case scenario. By one, I don't mean a single, or he hasn't hit the single one. That looked like it drifted over, but it didn't. So, take your pick. 100, 140, even 60 is not terrible. Just has to stay straight.
60.
So, Shanghai on 20s for Carl when he comes back. All Vita can do now is hit the treble 20 with this dart,
41.
which is just north of the bed. So, plenty of time, but does want to check this out because big score from Vita can change everything. 119 isn't going to be done now, so treble 20 to come back tops. He's back with 80 in hand. Would have liked to do a little more than 40 with those 3 darts, but don't be worrying about that just yet. Might stay there. Don't know if it's got a particularly nice line. He's switched past into the middle of it. Not the 5. Leave him with the Shanghai that Carl couldn't take out. It may be tops, maybe 20-20 tops. Don't know where he's going for there, if I'm honest. It's halfway between the 20, the treble, and the double. I know what he's going for here, though. He's taking a step back. This is a big dart because it's for the match and for a place in the final. And he's gone high. Vitor then, if he can pull this out of the hat, he'll be favourites and he will be the magician. There is a darts player. Can't win for like a movement. He's not going to do it. It might leave 20.
60.
Dart pressure is there. This is the most pressure visit
Game shot.
of the championship, and he's got it in great style. Second dart. Not the best of average we've seen. 62 for Carl, 61 for Vitor, but it really doesn't matter. It won't bother him in the slightest. Another high-quality tussle. Carl did take the lead. Numerous missed doubles from Vitor. Vitor did fight back, but couldn't then. Himself too much work to do. Ali Ayo versus Carl Helgi Jonsson will follow.
Final coming up.
Ja, det ska skrivas. Okej.
Hello and welcome back to Live Darts Iceland. I'm Robbie Dove, taking you through this final game between Halli Isles and Carl Helgi Jonsson in a repeat of last night's final. This time the opposing result. Vitor Charua. It should be a little bit of fun. Speaking of which, I've just found that the Vala, which are a Icelandic football team, they're the Icelandic Premier League champions of last year. They're through to the next round of Europa League qualifying. And if they win the next third qualifier, yeah, October. It's hopefully when I'm going to be there. Status. Halli and Halli, two players today. I believe Paul's nickname is Halli. Unless that was an ironic joke made by Halli, but even Halli held. Both tremendous darts players. I've seen more of Halli on the live darts circuit for a while. I'll plot the rankings if you compare. Halli or Hallgrimur Ailsson is number 2. Kalli is number 5. 25. I believe it's Vitor doing calling.
How starts the match?
And that's got to be the longest wait between two bullock darts I've ever seen. Anyway, Hallgrimur to start. Halli Isles. Best of 7 legs, first to 4. Game on.
41.
This one to start. Very punishable by Carl. Not if he throws like that.
24. Five.
And he's in once again. And just like that, he's put some pressure on Halli, who has the throw in this leg. And if Carl can find a break here, 2-0 looks like favourite scoreline. start things off. Look at all these darts, in or around the treble 20. And it's a lovely adjustment with the third dart. As long as you throw your darts in that general vicinity, it's going to be all right. I mean, the Halley's never far away. I mean, that one wasn't particularly timely. The 3 not so good either. So 100 here, which is probably going to get maybe even more. If he stays straight. 99's fine. We'll leave him on a 3 dart out. Halley couldn't sort of leave Halley could get anything. 180 would have left him 166. Anyway, it's irrelevant. 143, 6 darts at it, possibly 9. Might not even need 6 darts at it, possibly 9. 60 scored. 83 left. Just hits the treble. Oh, I thought he was doing double 13. Is 83, minus 57 is 26. So it is double 13, which is my favourite double on the board. And I wouldn't go as far as to say that's how you take out. I like that one, taking a 1.3. It's not the right way to do it by any stretch of the imagination, but every double is the same size. 26 and double 13, or is he going to split it? He's got time. I don't really blame him for going for it. There we go, 13, so let's see what it's going to do here. I'll give it to say bust this now. Well, I don't know if it's that, but double 5 is never.
How much is it?
4. 2. Slightly better. And this might cost him the leg match, not a single 3. Level 2. He's now in the madhouse. I'm going to go as far to say I reckon Halley's going to win this leg. Maybe not with these 3 darts. Certainly not with these 3 darts. Lovely last dart. That's pop pressure on if ever pressure was needed. Double 1. Well, no, hats off to Carl there. I didn't think he was going to get that. First dart in hand. That was a brilliant dart. He's obviously not fazed by the madhouse, so I give him full credit. Credit is due. He has broken, and he's now throwing it to double his leads. Done, Halley. And a valiant attempt, Halley, on popping the pressure. Treble 19 was a lovely last start, but sometimes there's nothing you can do.
100.
Lovely way to respond to 100. It's hitting one yourself. Oh. 45 means Halley could run away with this leg. He can get a treble. Just one treble. That's it. Could be it.
60.
Wasn't it? He stayed straight. That's the important thing. Had the marginal lead with these darts. Back in the treble again.
100.
Nice last darts from Halley. Levels the scores. Oh, that might don't. I don't think that's going to need well.
23.
23. That was a treble 1. That hidden dart. So that was a slip. Halley can do damage to this 23, even if he hits 320s. Oh, that was unlucky. There is room to the right of that dart.
55.
Would have liked to do more with it, but nonetheless.
41.
Significantly higher than the treble, but his beautiful adjustment. Another one of those.
100.
100 is fine. Getting down to a nice finish. Very doable. in the Halley range. One treble required, but that 140, that's how you pop pressure. Now Halley needs to get this. One treble somewhere, maybe 20, it may be 19. 19 would need double treble 15, left treble 18.
41.
So, for 2-0, it's 12 for tops for Cali, or if he likes the 16s, he can go 20. He's gone 12 routes. Double top, I can only see half of it. And that's gone inside the 0 of the 20. It's going to need to go significantly lower.
Yeah, well.
Brilliant at the double 1, but shot top there. Lackluster. And that was nearly in double top. I don't know if that's a good marker or not. I'd personally go to the right of that, and it's in.
You shot on the second leg, 200.
Perfection. It's going to be a 2-0 lead. It's now game on, and it is early days. Yep, could see a 3-4 victory for either of these players. That was 3 phenomenal. 3 exquisitely thrown darts, especially the last. Unfortunately, the first 2 were drifters. But it takes something to just carry on. And there we go. There's the first Robin Hood of the evening, the streamed evening anyway. Takes something to carry on. I've noticed Keegan Brown's good at that. If he throws 2 darts to bounce out, don't worry, just throw the last one as you would the first 2. That's good things will happen. And he's hit 3 treble 1s and 2 treble 20s. And a 5.
80.
Ali looks like he's in a better position in this leg.
55.
Time here. Could leave it. 156. 60 here isn't the end of the world. Carl's quite a way back.
60.
So Halley will be returning to leave something useful. Oh, that's another one. How many triple ones is he going to hit?
24.
So that 24 is given Halley a little bit of time. So 191. Anything here except for 8. Well, 9 is all right. I was going to say most things have left to finish there. And ironically, treble the 3 wasn't one of them.
100.
Well, if he hit a 1, he would have had 170. Oh, the maths unfortunately works out. Treble 9. He isn't on a finish, but at least he doesn't have to worry about missing. You know, this
45.
Set up. 45. So he should get himself 2 shots for treble here. All Carl can do is hit a treble, which is done. 2 trebles. One of them was treble 20, the other was a treble 5. Both in similar checkout ranges. Let's see what damage Halley can do here. 57 required. And that is just in the 17, so double top. And just shy of the intended target. And Carl will need a big in here. 107's doable if he gets to treble 19. I actually think Halley's done this deliberately, just to please me, to allow us to see another double 10 being pinned in. We haven't seen one for a while. That's a beautiful dart, right on the wire. That one, I think, it's fallen on the floor by the sounds of things. It isn't, it's in the 0, the 10. And that one is it. That's how you take double 10. One just outside, one in the 0, and one straight in the double. 2-1 Halley. And the momentum is with him. Early momentum.
100.
That starts for you. Things change at the click of a finger. Lovely ton to start the leg off, Halley. Hali's 45 is greeted with a 45 from Cali. It's in the treble again.
85.
Ali could do with 2, if not 3 trebles at this visit. Not one, another one, even it's just done.
22.
Certainly not out of it. Doubles. It's just improved
45.
by some distance. There's no treble here. They can do that.
60.
Second attempt at the treble, very, very high. I thought that might have been in. It's just low at the double. Here we go again. He will be coming back for a checkout. Checkout. Requires 2 trebles. Treble 20 here for Hadley. Not quite. Got treble 20 in the form of 3 20s, but not in the form of 1 dart. So treble 20, leaving a couple of options. So he's gone treble 70 with an F90. That's an interesting race. So treble 17 could go ball tops or probably treble 18 double. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe he likes double 18.
97.
It's the question, why wouldn't you go treble 20, treble 15 double 18? He's been throwing at the treble 20 very, very nice. It's might be one of those things to try and knock off the odd number 1 at the end of the 141. Anyway, doesn't matter. Didn't get it. So 44 when he returns. And then tops, as Chris Mason would say, it's the Motown shot. Well, 39. So that's a single 7.
Well,
There's a slip, but he does have time. Well, that's the good from Hal. If he can get another one of those. Well, still, 100's okay. It's just tapping Callie on the shoulder, saying, look, I am still here. If you think I'm going to give up, then think again. Double 8. So, hasn't. And from what I think would be fair to say, nowhere, Hallie does have an outside chance here. 112 the shot. 82, so bullseye or 2.
100.
So it was 90, not 82, 90. That's why he stayed at the treble 20, would have left double 16. So it's bullseye on treble 14. I actually prefer the treble 14, unless you've got 3 darts in hand. Double 4.
Well,
He busting, B being the treble 4. If this was master out and he needed 12, he might have got that. But,
shot on the fourth leg to 100.
from absolutely nowhere, and I mean nowhere, that's I'm not going to do heaps. Hallie has won that leg. Miles behind, but it is all about that hitting that double at the leg. Not only that, Hallie did pile in pressure. Pressure was needed towards the end. Started slowly, but finished off rather quite spectacularly. So many points to Hallie for winning from an unlikely position there. And now it's Hallie, 1 leg away, being champion of August's ranking title.
81.
Not entirely sure what it would do to the permutation, whether it would knock Vita off the top spot or not. I'm sure I will be informed as and when.
45.
It's not going to be bad for him, is it? Absolutely not. 363 for Hallie. Can we do this in 12, 15 parts?
60.
Already giving up. He was 2-0 down. Oh, mine's got. He was 2-0 down yesterday.
100, sorry.
With a 164 checkout. So he's not going to be giving up as Carl. Carl is a fighter. And back him into a corner. He'll do his best. Hallie on 303. That's why he's gone downstairs first. 1-3 left 170, 171 would have left 132. Hallie needed a treble to that dart. Needed a treble. Needed the biggest you can get with one dart. Ended up getting the smallest, except for no score. That's nice. Treble 18. That's okay.
93.
That's going to finish. He'll be coming back. If he can get a 140, that will tee him up perfectly.
60.
Carl not quite in touching distance yet. So I reckon it's all about this visit, Hallie. What have you got for us? You may see use of the bullseye. Carl wants a treble. Well, didn't want that one, but treble 20.
41.
And now Hallie has 6 darts at least. Take this one 3-5. For the bullseye, I would have left 100. Out of 25, would have left 110. We'll look to tee this up. And 96 is a nice little shot, and he's more than capable. I would like to be down to a double, or at least a single double. Now that wasn't much pressure from Carl, but he is on a checkout, where he only needs to hit one. He can hit a single. Anyway, that's a fantastic treble. The double 18 inside, and the tournament's his. And he's there. He's got it. 96 in 3 darts. Fantastic display. Decent display from both players, Ali and Kelvin. Great night of darts here in Reykjavik. Thank you very much for joining us. I've certainly enjoyed myself as well. I've been Robbie Dove. We had Tom Beresford earlier. He was there for a couple of games. Made his debut yesterday. Pleasure. Florida session this evening. August. No. What Hallie was
Some
going to
flights
sight.
like this.
Yeah, the lens.
Oh.
Hallie would 4-1. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.